So the most common question that I get from parents is, why can't my child stop? And as I mentioned earlier, behavior change is hard, even for us. And as I mentioned, behavior's hard, especially behavior that's been hanging around for a long time. And I often ask parents, have you ever put something in your mouth that you probably shouldn't have? And most people, if they're telling the truth, will say, yes, I have. And then I'll ask, well, did you do it knowingly? Like when you put it in your mouth, did you know I probably shouldn't put this in my mouth? And the answer is sometimes yes, sometimes no. Believe it or not, I can sit there at a Mexican restaurant and eat the entire bucket of chips and salsa and not even know that I ate the whole bucket of chips or basket. Um, and so sometimes awareness is slippery. I know I'm eating chips, but I didn't realize I had however many I had. And then sometimes I know I shouldn't eat this, but I really want it. And we do it anyway. Well, this is the same thing for BFRBs. So it sounds good. I know I don't want to do this behavior. I want to change my behavior. I would like to stop pulling my hair. But in that moment, in the right atmosphere, with the right activity and the right triggers, it's very hard to stop. And so we have to understand that while a child might want to grow their hair back or have their skin heal in that moment, that's very hard to resist, because most people really enjoy engaging in their BFRB. Even though oftentimes they'll tell you, no, I hate it. I hate my BFRB. I don't want to do this anymore. Most of the time what they're talking about is the outcome of their BFRB. And, I'll be honest, I really do like eating the chocolate cake, but it's the outcome of eating the chocolate cake that I don't like, if that makes more sense. So BFRBs are functional. They help to get some need met, whether that's a cognitive belief like I need to focus and my hair pulling will help me focus. Therefore, I'm going to pull my hair because I'm taking the SAT and that makes sense to me. Or I feel soothed by my BFRB. I love the way the hair feels when I rub it along my face afterwards. And that gives me this soothing, calming feeling. So we have to, in therapy, find out what is the function of the behavior so that we can then provide that input or provide that sensation to the person so that they can get the need met in a different way without causing harm to their body. And it also changes the way we think about it. Somehow now it's less pathological. It's less awful. It is, oh, my child is just has found a way to regulate their nervous system that's not something that feels good to me. So I don't understand how that feels good to them, but I know that it does. And so it helps us develop compassion for people and understanding that they're engaging in these behaviors because it feels good in some way to them. And then you might be inadvertently contributing to the cycle. So we want to look at parent accommodation. We want to look at parent responses so that we can understand if there are subtle things that parents are doing that are contributing to it. And the most common I like to call is fertilizing the weeds. So you have your garden is your child and all of their qualities. We really want to fertilize the flowers. These are their strengths, their attributes, the things about them that are amazing. And what ends up happening is we focus on the things that aren't going well. We focus on the pulling or picking, even in the face of the flowers. And when we do that, we give attention to the wrong thing. We give attention to the weeds, and that's what grows. Good example, child runs in, mommy, daddy, I made an A on my math test. And they're so excited. And you look at your child and you see they've wiped out all their eyelashes and eyebrows. A common reaction might be to say, oh my gosh, what happened to your eyelashes and eyebrows? And miss the opportunity to praise the child for making the A on their math test and celebrate that. Later, hours later, you can say, hey, I noticed that maybe you had a hard time today. Do you want to talk about that? So we really want to make sure that we're focusing on the flowers.